Hi, it's Patch of the Week. It's Luke from Korg. We're on the modwave, and I've got this really cool patch to show you this week. So this is using the motion sequencing in the modwave for this Tron track. So what I've done is I've already made this sort of sequence, if you like. And you can see that I'm using 64 steps. I'm just looking at the editor here in the pitch lane. It's 64 steps long, and I've got it to loop after 64 steps, all using just 16th notes. So it's effectively a 4-bar sequence. And now I'm going to start doing some of the voicing for you so you can see how it's built up. So first of all, on oscillator 2 here, I'm going to go into my wave selects and select a different wave table. We've just got our basic there at the moment. I'm actually going for a PWM type sound. Pulse width mania it's called. And obviously I can change the position there to alter the sound. Then I've also got on the second oscillator here a second sound I want to add, which is going to be a sample based sound, although it's an analog modelled sound. So I'm in my list here. If I want to go to a category in my list, I can just hit synth, and I actually want a bass synth. It's one of these, this one. I also want to change the envelope, so I'm going to go into the amp section here. I'm going to change the attack and the decay first of all, and the sustain. So let's take the sustain right down and soften up the attack a little bit. Just a tiny bit. So we've got that kind of sound going on, which is sounding quite nice now with that arpeggiated pattern. Let's add some effects to that, so bring in some reverb and some tempo sync delay, and let's also compress that as well, just to bring the level up. And then also I want to change my filter settings because it's a little bit bright for me at the moment, so I'm just going to soften it up a little bit. Now I actually want to add some motion into this as well, so I'm actually going to use the KAOSS Physics for that. So what I have to do is send what modulation I want to the KAOSS pad first. So I can add a modulation by going mod page plus there, add a new modulation. So I want to modulate the position of oscillator 2 there, and I want to send it to the KAOSS pad. But I also want to not have it on KAOSS Y, I want to have it on KAOSS distance, which means every time it moves away from the center, it modulates. And I'm going to put the intensity up to maximum. So now, at the moment, I can just feel my way through, which is quite nice. But I'm actually going to use one of the presets of the physics here, and it's called Prisoner, which is a great preset because this happens. You can see that moving really slowly and evolving. And the mod number one here on this preset actually changes the size of the bump there. So the way that bump will interact will change depending on how big that is. So you can see how the two have a profound effect on each other. Now also I want to assign the mod wheel to be my filter, but in a controlled way. So again I can go modulation, page plus, cut off, mod wheel, and then it'll ask me how much, and I'm going to put that to 20, which means I can control it and not open and close the filter too far, just enough to what I want. So we're going to go to 20 there. So now do a nice sweep. So we're getting close now. Now the other element to the sound is of course the nice sustained string sound, and I've got that on layer B here. So let's switch over to that. And also let's have a look in the editor here what's going on. So I've got my key zones split just here, so I can play my string part here, and at the moment the level of that I've taken right down as well because I just want that to sit in the background. So I'm going to select sample on oscillator 1, and I'm going to go and find my string sounds. Again, I can go into a list here if I want to by category, which is a really nice quick way of finding what I want. And then I've got a second oscillator which I also want to be a sample. Again, I can go to a list. I actually want the same sound but an octave apart, so that's nice and easy. There we go. And I've already set the octave that you can see there, so that's the shortcut to that. Octave 1 transpose, octave 1 0, oscillator 2 -1. Now the envelope's wrong here as well, so I just need to go into my amp and make the attack slower. So I'm going to have quite a slow attack. The decay and sustain you're going to put to max, and the release I'm going to have quite long as well, a couple of second release, something like that. Turn on my reverb as well. So now you put it all together and you got this.